Warm welcome. This is Anirban, Dr. Anirban Mandal from UK. Good afternoon, UK. Good morning, United States of America, and good evening, India. And also from the Far East, people joining here for another show and another rejuvenating time period in the peri-pandemic area where Essex Indians have always been there. This is our 71st concert in the peri-pandemic area, and we have been here to rejuvenate your mental well-being, to inspire the generation next so that our generation next is aware of our own treasures. And today we are here again with another great personality, a lifetime tribute, a life well lived for 90 years. Yes, guys, I'm talking about our beloved Swapan Sengupta of the Swapan Jagmohan duo, who's been inspirational, although slightly undefeated, but then, it's like a melodies forever, for ages, which are still tingling in our ears, still pleasing our ears with the rejuvenating and the refreshing melodies. मन एक सीपी है, आशा मोती है, मन एक सीपी है, आशा मोती है, हर पल जीवन का एक चुनौती है, हर पल जीवन का एक चुनौती है. Remember this serial, Chinoti? This is Amit Kumar's voice, and the duo Shopunda and Jagmohan, they've given the first break of Amit Kumar in the 70s outside the home production. And this is the serial which basically we used to look forward every Saturday at 9 p.m., 87 and 88. But this melodious tune is scored by none other than our Swapan Jagmohan duo, our beloved Swapanda. So we are here for a global tribute once again from all over the world, from India, from Thailand, from Far East, from UK, USA, and we are very blessed to have the families over here. So Shilpi Ghosh, Shapunda's daughter, is joining in a minute. Then Indronil, the son-in-law, and Kavita, Sir Jagman's daughter, and Nutan, who lives in London. She is trying also to join. So you have the family of very interesting stories, মেমোরিজ অ্যান্ড ইমোশনস আমরা একসঙ্গে সবাই মিলে ভাগ করে নেব। আর এটা খুব সত্যি কথা, এর মধ্যে বাংলা গানও রয়েছে। তো স্বপন জগমনের যে বাংলা গানের যে ভান্ডার, যেখানে আমাদের অল দ্য বিলাভেড আওয়ার সিঙ্গার্স লাইক কিশোর কুমার, আশা ভোসলে, Rafi Saab, Mukesh ji, Bhupinder, they all sang for this nice tune. We also have very famous singers like Chandrajit Mitro, who is very, very well known with his own YouTube channel. And it's also Chandrajit's the idea to make this show happen with all these stars from all over the world. We have Momita, we have Queen, we have Ujjwal, and we have got the nice voice of Nutan as well as an inspirational tribute to his to her own father. So let's start with one of the songs. I like to play the Kishore Kumar's obviously one time all time famous and all time star over there, in the voice of Shapunda, and nice video is forwarded by Shilpi. So thank you, Shilpi, and just enjoy in the maestro's own voice, Ulfat mein zamane ki.
उल्फत में जमाने की हर रस्म को टुकराओ, फिर साथ मेरे आओ। ओ उल्फत में जमाने की हर रस्म को टुकराओ, दुनिया से बहुत आगे जिस राह में हम होंगे, ये सोच लो पहले से, हर मोड़ पे गम होंगे। है खौफ गमों से तो रुक जाओ, ठहर जाओ, उल्फत में जमाने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ।
That's beautiful. And let's welcome Shilpi with this. So Shilpi from all the way from Mumbai. Welcome, Shilpi. And please welcome Indonil as well from Mumbai. And we have Kavita here from Nashville. So you can see pretty much the whole world in one screen. So you've got India, UK, and the USA. So, and Shilpi, nice singing as well, with Shapunda. So I just like to know, you have seen Shapunda from the very beginning, and the journey from Dhaka to Bengal and then to Mumbai. Obviously, he aspired to be a singer, but then he became the composer along with Jagman. So, Shilpi, just your memories on the very first days, and what are your take, as in looking from a very, very close initiative.
Yes, so thank you first of all so much to Essex Indians, to Chandrajit for helping us put this together. This is really, really beautiful, and we can't be more grateful for the opportunity to relive memories and to share our emotional sort of a tribute with all of you. So thank you so very much. I'm grateful for this. I remember, so basically we were born, I think I and my sister, we were all born after my father was reasonably established in Mumbai. So what we hear in his early days is essentially the journey that happened. Can I request Indranil to go on mute, please, if that's possible? Otherwise,
You can mute your, yes, right.
yes,
Yeah,
thank
lovely.
you.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
So the early days, I believe, and this is all an anecdotal we've heard from him and my mother, that he came in from Dhaka. He lived in Calcutta for a really long time. I think all his growing up years primarily were in Kolkata. He was neighbor to Pankaj Mullik
Yes.
for quite a few years, and I think there began his sort of induction into music. the love for music and a bit of training and his love for singing all grew there. And I believe he was quite a favorite of Pankaj Da. And
Yeah.
that's where the early years, sort of happened. I think that love brought him to Mumbai because it was the city of dreams at that point, and he was literally the only one in his family who was inclined to music. Though his younger sister also loved singing, I think the two of them were perhaps the only one. They were a family of eight brothers and sisters, so they were the youngest. My
Exactly.
father and then a younger sister. So the two of them were sort of inclined to music. My father decided to do something about it while my Pishi kind of got married, but I think she used to sing also a little bit, dabble in music. I'm sorry, I haven't apologized for my throat. I have a
No, that's
bad
fine.
throat, so sorry about that if I'm not particularly
That's
audible.
fine. Yeah.
So he came to Mumbai wanting to be a singer, and he joined Sholil Chaudhary's choir. That's
Bombay
where he
Youth,
met Bombay choir,
Bombay Youth Choir.
and
Yeah.
yes, and that's where he met Jagmohan Uncle, who was also an aspiring singer. In fact, Kavita, if you want to share his story about
Yeah,
his
maybe we
playback
can just
singing
put
in Taxi Driver.
Yes,
Uh,
he had given voice to Devanand, I think, in that
yeah,
yes,
song,
in Taxi
Dekho
Driver.
Maane
Yeah.
Nahi Tohi Hasina.
yes,
And I believe they were all sharing rooms, living as bachelors together. Swapan
yes.
uncle, dad, and there were two more. Verma uncle, who was very close to them, and he and one more Mr. Jagdish Nerula, I think. And that's where they were bonded. They started working in All India Radio together.
For a
And
really long time, yeah,
yes, I
again.
think Shilpi has Shilpi can take it from here again. How they kind of
Yes,
came together and
Yeah.
yes. So,
So yeah, we'll
I think
continue.
that's what happened.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
continue this over there. We'll come back to the Indonesian. So let's because we have got the plethora of tributes as well. So we
Yes.
just heard the Ulfat. So this is from Pompey, from all the way from Thailand. So she's in Calcutta for one, but she lives in Thailand. She's a Essex Indians international member, and so in the beautiful sort of tribute by Pompey all the way from Thailand, and we'll come to
Wonderful.
Indonesian just after that, right?
उल्फत में समाने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ उल्फत में समाने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ फिर साथ मेरे आओ उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ दुनिया से बहुत आगे जिस राह में हम होंगे ये सोच लो पहले से हर मोड़ पे कम होंगे एक खौफ गमों से तो रुक जाओ ठहर जाओ उल्फत में ज़माने की रस्म को ठुकराओ, फिर साथ मेरे आओ, उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ। टूटी हुई कश्ती खुद पार लगा लूंगी, तूफान की मौजों को पतवार बना लूंगी। मझधार का डर है तो साहिल पे उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ। और कहीं देखकर तुम चाह बदल डालो, बेहतर तो यही होगा ये राह बदल डालो। दो चार कदम चलकर मुमकिन है बहकर जाओ, उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ, फिर साथ मेरे आओ, उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ।
Lovely, Pomke.
Awesome,
And
awesome,
obviously,
fantastic.
the whole beats of the songs, and this is the Asha Bhosle version and the Kishore Kumar
Lata
version.
Mangeshkar
Kishore-
version.
Lata Mangeshkar,
Lata
and then,
Mangeshkar.
yeah, so Lata and the Kishore Kumar version. So the Kishore Kumar version will be sang by Ujjwal later on. And okay, we'll go to Indranil now. So Indranil, your memories and
So, thank you, Anirban, for putting together this dedication to Baba. And I must say that Chandrujit, thank you for putting this initiative through. Yeah. A lot of memories come flooding by once we kind of decide to talk about him. There have been so many occasions where we've kind of sat down and discussed music, spoken about his songs. There are two anecdotal stories that I remember where Baba used to sit in our house on Sunday morning, and when we are kind of discussing over breakfast, I used to kind of ask him about his interactions with SD Burman, because he was
Yes.
very close to SD Burman. And one such incident I still remember, which Baba kind of narrated to me. He said that Barmanda came to his house at 12 o'clock in the night and said, come with me. and they got into the SD Burman's car, which was a baby Fiat, and they drove all the way to Marine Drive to sit on the Marine Drive in the middle of the night, eat cola, because apparently Suchinda was very, known for eating cola while composing, and these are nothing but kathali cola,
Okay,
So, yeah, the small ones. So apparently they sat through the whole night when Suchinda was composing, and Baba was with him, and apparently Rahul Dev Burman, who was just about, I think, not even a teenager, a small boy, was with them, and they were composing. So lots of stories like this, that come flooding by. I think we're kind of blessed to have him with us. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Indranil. So we will continue with these stories. By the way, when obviously Shopanda was singing with Shilpi, that was at the age of 88. 88. So that's unbelievable to me, incredible. I think there's a birthday celebration on 17th of July. I read from Shilpi's Times of India article. So the 17th July birthday celebration, and that was like 2 years ago. So incredible things at the age of 88, singing in the Shur, Loy, and everything. So that's we'll come to the Bengali genre a bit as well, because of the Shopanda has actually composed for 7 very super hit Bengali songs, and most obviously the famous of that. I think, can you come? Yeah, that's it. So it's for Lal Kuti. So Lal Kuti, all the songs were super hit, and Lal Kuti was done in Hindi as well. It was in 78. So we are in school. But this was one of the films which, I come to my songs later on. But this was one of the films we actually look forward, and it was so super hit mainly because of the songs. Obviously, there are other factors as well. And this duo, Swapan Jagman's, all the songs. So one song from Lal Kuti by Dr. Queen Aditya, who is a consultant gynecologist in Kolkata, and Dhole Jete Jete, which has been in Hindi as well. So this is the Bengali version. So we'll go for this first, and then we'll continue our journey with Shopanda and Swapan Jagman duo. Thank you for staying with us. Stay with us. A lot of stories coming up, a lot of songs and memories coming up. Thank you.
ঢলে যেতে যেতে ডুবে গেল শেষে, ঢলে যেতে যেতে ডুবে গেল শেষে, দিন সে রাতের গভীর আধার মনে ওরে, দিন চেনা চেনা কত জানা জানা, দিন চেনা চেনা কত জানা জানা, ভাসিয়ে দিলে কখন পারে কেমন করে, ঢলে যেতে যেতে ডুবে গেল শেষে। লুকিয়ে রাখা মনের কথা চৈত্র দিনের ঝরা পাতা লুকিয়ে রাখা মনের কথা চৈত্র দিনের ঝরা পাতা লুকিয়ে রাখা মনের কথা চৈত্র দিনের ঝরা পাতা যাবে উড়ে মাতাল কোনো বৈশাখী এক ঝড়ে চির দিনের তরে যাবে উড়ে মাতাল কোনো বৈশাখী এক ঝড়ে যেন চিরদিনের তরে শাখায় শাখায় দেখবে তখন কিশলয় ঝাঁকে এসে আকাশ ভেঙে পড়ে দিন চেনা চেনা কত জানা জানা দিন চেনা চেনা কত জানা জানা ভাসিয়ে দিলে কখন তারে কেমন করে ঢলে যেতে যেতে আহা তুমি গেল শেষে দিন সেই রাতের কবির আধার মনে হবে ঢলে যেতে যেতে আহা তুমি গেল শেষে আহা ঢলে যেতে যেতে আহা তুমি গেল শেষে আহা ঢলে যেতে যেতে আহা তুমি গেল শেষে
Awesome.
Very
Very
well
good.
done, Queen. It's a very difficult song because it's got the
Yes.
pace and it's got the rhythms. And we'll come to, I think Chandrajit commented on the interludes. So Swapan Jagmandu is very, very nice interludes coming up, and it needs Claude, because we do the music over there. So we understand that where this master, that master strokes are coming up. And the lyrics are by Mukul Datto, is one of the very famous lyricist. We'll come to the Naksh Lalpuri and Swapan Jagmohan because most of the lyricists by Naksh and Lalpuri Sab. So we'll come to that and we'll go to the Hindi, as I said, in the Hindi, Punjabi, Bhojpuri, Bengali, it's a genre. So just before going to the Hindi genres, so Indranil, what do you think about like the new composers? What are the things to learn from, say, Swapan Jagmohan Diho? What are the things they should look into that? The creating melodies, because obviously you've seen for sort of very tender age for. There's a sound coming up.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can hear
So
you.
I think two things that Baba used to always talk about, because whenever we discussed music, he said the spirit of the song, the way the words have been written, the lyrics, there is a certain sense, there is a certain meaning, and
Yeah,
if the music is able to bring that spirit
true.
alive, then you connect with the audience. And it doesn't need too much of musical instruments to bring that spirit alive, just a
Absolutely.
few, that touch your heart and your soul, and I think if you look at all the music directors of yesteryears, they kept their music very simple,
Very simple.
um,
That's true.
yeah, very straightforward, very simple, very grounded. As a result, even now, after so many years, when we hear some of the music scores set by Sapan Jagmohan or any other music director, they still pull at our heartstring, so yeah, thanks.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good. So let's add. I think Pompey and Queen are there at the moment. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, well done, Pompey, and well done, Queen. So you're here with Shilpi Indranil and the Kavita, and we are talking about all this, lyrics, music composition, and obviously the ultimate implementation by the singer. So Pompey's good name is Chandrali. So Chandrali is there. So Chandrali all the way from Thailand. Chandrali, your take from Lata Mangeshkar's version. Obviously, it's a beautiful version, and Kishore Kumar's version is same as well. But this is an all-time hit from the film Call Girl, 1971. Yeah. So your take, Chandrali, on Ulfat Mein Zamane Ki.
Shubha Shonda to everyone in India, and good afternoon to the UK residents.
Thank you.
Um, Actually, it's like going back into the memory. I remember listening to Lal Kuti songs, and it used to be like something that we grew up with. And I feel deeply honored to be part of this. And when Anirban told me about the song, honestly, I was a little nervous attempting it because I never sang. I always listened to it, but never really, gathered my courage to sing because it's not very easy. So when I attempted, what I found was the melody was beautiful from the start, but the little nuances that the song had that brought about the feel, and it captured the emotion, the words, the lyrics. It was really something that I felt within when I was singing. So initially when I was learning the song, I was trying to feel the lyrics just to get the feel, because then only you can emote. So when I actually got into singing it, I was not happy with the first to the second take, and then finally, when I sang, I was like, okay, maybe it's possible. There can be some mistakes. My
No, you did
apologies
it
for
very well.
that, but it was an attempt from deep within. Thank
No,
you
I
so
think you
much.
did
I'm
full
really
justice
elated
to
to
it.
share.
You
I
sang
think
beautifully, and
I think
one
Shapan would
small
become
thing
very happy.
it's a memory that it brought back for me. Well, uncle and Sapan uncle and daddy used to have a lot of shows, live shows that they would organize or they would be part of, and this was the song they normally sang together first on stage when they were introduced.
Yes.
So, frankly, listening to Chandrali sing, I was remembering both of them in my mind. It was that beautiful a rendition that you did. So, hats off
Oh,
to you.
I'm so
You were
touched.
complete
Thank
Thank
you.
you
justice.
so much.
Thank you.
It's a
Thank you.
pleasure sharing the platform with all of you. That's in itself is a big thing to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Bumpy. Thank you. Okay, so the Queen song again from Lalkuti, and beautiful song. Obviously, as I said, very fast pace. Yeah, so we'll go to Queen first. Yeah. So Queen, tell about the songs and
Only thank you for having me in the amidst the galaxy of stars, because I'm not a singer at all. I'm just a
no,
gynecologist, but singing is
you
something
sing
I
very,
like doing.
yeah,
And
very well.
because Oniban knows that, that's why he usually includes me. Very kind of him. So thanks to SX Indians and thanks to you. Now, the thing is that Lal Kuti, as you have mentioned, during our school days, we've grown up hearing the songs because we grew up during the loudspeaker culture of Kolkata. So then it was on the mics everywhere. So, and at home we were only allowed to sing Robindra Songit or classical, and this is the kind of music we used to yearn for. So that was long for. So those are the songs that we have in our, like, somewhere deep inside you have the tunes, but we didn't know the lyrics probably apart from the first two lines or so. But then when Oniban suggested to sing a Bengali song, then obviously Lal Kuti came to mind and he suggested this song as well. And then when I attempted, my God, it's a duet. And not only that, there are certain songs which have fewer lyrics, the same, maybe one of the each stanza is probably shorter and you have fewer lyrics to sing. Here there is one line after the other, and then it's supposed to be alternating between the two, and I had to catch up, hardly had any time to get any breath. So I thought probably I'm not a singer in the first place, never been trained. So I thought I'll probably make a mess of it. But then when I sent it to Oniban, then he said this is possible. So I thank you all for bearing with me, and thanks for giving me the opportunity. It was a
Thank
wonderful song because when I tried singing it, then I realized how melodious, like every minute, every second, melody is dripping from every line, from every note. So it's so melodious. It was actually a real pleasure and honor to be able to sing this and perform in front of you all. Please do forgive all my mistakes because I'm not a singer. I've never been trained.
Not at all.
So
Not
thank
at
you so
all.
much.
You did very
No, no,
well,
it
and
was a
especially the
pleasure.
I think the catch of the song is ta 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 ta. This the
Beautiful tune. The melody, like, from every single note, the melody was dripping. Like, it's so melodious. I just, when you suggested this, I just couldn't say no. I said, I don't know what I will make of it, but at least I'll attempt it. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
No, thank you for
Thank you
making the
so much.
effort. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. In
Thank
fact,
you,
you're an
thank you, thank you.
accomplished professional, and it's wonderful that you actually took the time out to, devote to this song and do complete justice. So thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
that.
much. Thank
Very
you,
great.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Thank you.
you.
Keep enjoying, and
Thank you so much.
yeah, lots to come. Thank you, Queen, and thank you, Bumpy. Okay. Right. So we will go to the well, those days obviously it's called the Hindi film industry. It's not known as Bollywood as we call it
Yeah.
now. So it's our favorite Hindi film industry as we used to call in the 20th century. It's all become Bollywood after 20th, I think. So now we're going to our very favorite, and I really feel proud to call him my schoolmate, my St. Lawrence mate, Chandrajit Mitro. You all know him, and beautiful, beautiful melodies in his YouTube channel. And we'll go with the first one. So, Jilmil Sitaro Se Naina. So this is from Amber in 1985, and it's a beautiful song. So I think Chandrajit has actually done the Shop on the tribute, last year, so November. So let's enjoy this first, and then we'll come to it. Thank you. Let's enjoy Jilmil Sitaro Se Naina.
झिलमिल सितारों से नैना आधा है दिन आधी रहना झिलमिल सितारों से नैना आधा है दिन आधी रहना मेरे लिए बोलो है ना झिलमिल सितारों से नैना दिन आधी रहना मेरे लिए बोलो है ना झिलमिल सितारों से नैना रूप के ये उजाले हैं रोशनी के शिवाले हैं रूप के ये उजाले हैं रोशनी के शिवाले हैं ये उजाले हैं ये शिवाले हैं निराले हैं ये दीप की उजली ज्योति ये शीत के असली मोती मेरे लिए बोलो है ना झिलमिल सितारों से नैना
Wow, excellent, excellent.
Brilliant. Very good.
Beautiful. And also, Chandrajit, you have given your own sort of touches at the end with a little murkis, a bit of mead, and everything. Yes, mind blowing. Her turn. I think we'll go for another very nice tribute by Chandrajit, and then we'll bring Chandrajit on screen as well. So this is a song from the film Mera Jivan. So Mera Jivan Kuch Kam Naya. Kishore Kumar was very, very particular about his payments, So, I mean, he's very, very particular, those bits that the payments are okay and things. This is a song where Kishore Da didn't charge a penny because he thought that the melody is so nice that, I think there's about 4 other films where Kishore Da didn't charge anything. One is Satyajit Ray's films, like, in the Charulata and Ghore Baire, where he sang the Rabindra Sangit. And there's one more song in Bengali, Eito Jibon Chitatei Sob Shesh. So he said that, this song has so much meaning to it. And this is another song which is in fitting tribute by Chandrajit again, with Mera Jivan Kuch Kam Naya. Again, the lyrics, the melodies goes in such a way that Kishore Da said, oh no, that's fantastic. This is a lifetime gift for me. So again, our 3 cheers for our Swapan Jagmohan duo for the Mera Jivan Kuch Kam Naya. And in, again, melodious voice of Chandrajit.
मेरा जीवन मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया अपनों के होते हुए तन में बसी तन्हाई ओ आंसू बना के खुशी आंखों से मैंने बरसाई ओ खुशियों में रोते रोते दुनिया में अब तो मेरा जी घबराया मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया बरस गहरे सावन दरिया भी जोश में आए फूल भी खिलने लगे गलियों के मन मुस्काए ओ सुनी रही एक डाली उस पे तो कोई अब तक फूल न आया मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया जीवन कहा नहीं जाए। ओ दर्द बसा के दिल में मेरा नसीब मुझको कहाँ पे लाया। मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया, जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया। मेरा जीवन कुछ काम न आया, जैसे सूखे पेड़ की छाया, जैसे सूखे।
Very well
Awesome.
done again.
Brilliant.
And we can see the boss on the show as well. So welcome, Chandrajit. Absolutely mind-blowing and heart-touching. And you make the lyrics and the composition. It's a beautiful, beautiful composition, both the songs. And you obviously brought everything.
Am I audible? Because I can't hear anyone.
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible, Chandrajit. Yeah. Oh, it's gone off. Okay, so anyway, no problem. So we will continue enjoying. I think he'll join in a minute. So till then, we basically continue the melodies over there, and we'll come to Shilpi, Indranil, and Kavita in a minute. So we'll over to the Bengali songs. This is my tribute. And when we were growing up, this was the thing when we were in the higher secondary, just entering our Calcutta Medical College. So at that time, this film came up as Jyoti. And beautiful song, and everything was so, I mean, like जैसे बोलते हैं ना, मैंने छिटके पड़े जाওয়ার মতো একটা song হঠাৎ করে এলো, তো এরকম একটা ব্যাপার। তো এটা whole thing এখন তখন প্রসেনজিৎ was like after Amar Shangi, he was like a sort of superstar of Kolkata, and the whole thing, and Anuradha Parwal, again the Bombay touch came to Kolkata. So all these things, there's a bus number there, so which is when it was shot. So my humble tribute to our great Swapan Jagmohan duo from the film Jyoti. धुआं धुआं धुआं।
তুমি কি কুয়াশা, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, পারি তুমি কি কুয়াশা, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, পারি না সইতে, না পারি কইতে। তুমি কি কুয়াশা, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, পারি না সইতে, না পারি কইতে। তুমি কি কুয়াশা, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া। Beautiful song from the film Jyoti, bus number 212. ও আঁখি পাখি খোঁজে কি বাসা, মেঘলা মনে কিসের নেশা। ও আঁখি পাখি খোঁজে কি বাসা, মেঘলা মনে কিসের নেশা। যা কিছু জেনেছি ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া, ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া ধোঁয়া। হাসির ছোঁয়া ফুলের মুখে হারিয়ে যাওয়া উদাস কোনো হাসির ছোঁয়া ফুলের মুখে হারিয়ে যাওয়া যা কিছু দেখেছি ধোঁয়া 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 পারি না সইতে না পারি কইতে তুমি কি কুয়াশা ধোঁয়া 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 পারি না সইতে না পারি কইতে তুমি কি কুয়াশা ধোঁয়া 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 ধোঁয়া
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So this is obviously Chandrit, I think is back now. Chandrit, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. That's perfect. Yeah. So again, I mean, obviously, because I think there's a connection bit, so I just thought of just continuing with the show. But thank you very much again, and yeah, your take first. Obviously, we talked about "Mera Jeevan Kuch Kam Na Hai," जिसके लिए किशोर दा ने एक भी पैसा नहीं लिया, and it was such a melodious melody. And then obviously we have got children's
quickly.
Oh, okay. You want me to talk about the songs? Okay. That is, I don't have to. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't have to really speak more here because I apologize because my voice is not, giving me so much of encouragement today. Because I spoke to her day before yesterday, I think that caught on to me. Next is because I think the families are there, and we have Indranil also who are sharing a lot more insights, lot more greater insights than we all know. But there are a few things. I was studying Swapan Jagmohan duo for some time, trying to hear them a little more deeply than we did before. First, coming back to your question, why these two songs? Well, I have a little different reason for the first one. Jilmil Sidaro Sinena. Though it is very, very famous in the Bengali version is very famous. I found it extremely lilting. If you look at Sri Swapan Sengupta's compositions, I feel he has a blend of many other compositions, yet he had originality of his own. I found Shalil Chaudhary, I found Khayyam Saab, when the sarangis were used in the interludes. I found I will tell you why also. I found S.D. Burman, of course, and I definitely found a little bit of Shankar Jaikishan also. The first song, as Ashish was writing, one of my friends was watching, and he is very, very enlightened as far as music is concerned. He was asking about Ashaji's version. Yeah, there was a movie called Gustaki Maaf. I think it was not in 1970s. It was in, I think, in 1960s, Sanjeev Kumar and Tanuja. The Mukhada is exactly the same as Jilmil Sitaron Se Naina, but the moment it goes into the Antara, it's completely different from what Kishore sang. However, in Jilmil Sitaron Se Naina, I am talking about the Hindi version. Sorry to say, I felt Kishore Kumar sang it very casually, or he was not well at that time. Unlike the other songs. This is my understanding. So when I sang, so therefore I picked up that song, and I deliberately did not sing the Bengali one because the Bengali one he rendered as good as he always did. Uh, so in Jilmil Sitano Se Naina, I had touched upon a few notes and I had added some inputs. I think people like Shilpi will be able to understand, especially towards the last on the second line.
The maiden.
So that's yeah. The second one, and if you look at this song Gustaki Maaf ka jo Asha Bhosle wala rendition hai, the moment it goes into the antara, you will find there is a Madan Mohan touch, and there is a song in Adalat, उनसे ये शिकायत है मुझसे, उनको ये शिकायत है मुझसे. If you hear that song and if you hear this, you will find some similarities. So, I mean, that kind of intrigued me into singing this number. The second one, Mera Jeevan Kuch Kamna Hai, I think no one could ever sing it better than Kishore Kumar. So, whenever we sing such songs, at least I sing, I feel that I'm just trying to copy someone. So we don't have any ability to produce anything by ourselves. We just copy and try to, impress people. But that's not something which is soul satisfying at all. But the way Kishore Kumar sang the song, there is so much of what to say, pathos, drama. Although if you look at the song from the movie Mera Jeevan, it's hardly anything. There is a lady who is going in the train with her father, and she goes through, and that song is just playing in the background. But the focus, there was nobody who was singing. There was nobody who was lip syncing that song. But the way Kishore Da rendered this song was just outstanding. So
Yeah.
I felt, I just felt inspired. And here also, I tried to, squeeze my voice after the second antara. I made it a little dry if you listen to it properly later on. That is all I could do. And if you look at the interludes of Mera Jeevan, you will find there are loads of, ripples of music that was coming one after another. A music director's ability is not just to compose a good song, but also the music director's actual acumen comes in the interludes. That's what I feel. And that's where he was a master. Uh, Besides this, as I was telling you, I was going through some of the songs. If you see, for example, you were talking about Lal Kuti, and you know the other songs also, Karu Kyo no Iko and all of those were so very famous.
Yeah.
There was another movie. There was another movie similar to Lal Kuti, and that was also made. They were also made in Hindi and Bengali. The Hindi was Peheredar, and the Bengali was Prahari.
Good.
That also featured Danny. If you hear this song of Kishore and Asha, there was a duet. Aha Mujhe Dard Utha. You hear this song, and you'll realize the mastery of this gentleman,
Yeah.
and that's completely a peppy number actually. So, but there is so much of element in it.
Yeah.
Then of course you know this beautiful song of Kishore Kumar 1973, that Tu Lali Hai Savere Wali.
Yes, very well. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's one of my favorite songs. Of course, he has made Asha Bhosle sing a lot of songs, mainly Asha Bhosle and Kishore Kumar. But if you see, there was another movie, I think Teri Talash Mein. There was a Asha Bhosle and Mohammad Rafi साहब का एक duet था. वो कोई दीवाना तुम्हें चाहेगा. This is one of fantastic numbers, a very rare song of Rafi साहब also. Then
मैं तो हर
interesting.
मोड पर वो भी है ना मुकेश का, मैं तो हर मोड पर मुकेश का.
That's also there. I don't. Is it from this same movie? I don't know. I'm missing it. Then there's something which very interested me a lot. There's a movie called in college, Call Girl itself. There was a Kishore Asha duet. Of course, we are going to hear Ujjwal. We also heard Vijay as far as the famous song Ulfat Me was concerned. But there was this song called Hum Hai Jahan Wo Pyar.
हाँ हाँ मैं.
If you listen to this song, it's mind blowing. And if you listen to these songs, you will get a glimpse of Samne Ye Kaun Aaya from Shankar Jaikishan.
हाँ वो वाला. हाँ.
You hear this, and then I was trying to relate these songs when I was listening,
Rhythm
because
वाला.
rhythm wala. And then of course, there was a movie called Kaagaz Ki Naav, and there was a fantastic rendition, fantastic number from Asha ji called "Main Tumhare Khayalon Mein." You must hear.
It's very good. That's
See,
very good.
yeah. See, why I'm mentioning about this song, and of course, I think one of the best songs which is going to come up is from Do Raha. There is
Umi
Rahuna,
Rahman. Umi
yes.
Rahman.
And even if you look at this song, you will find one of the famous songs of S.D. Burman's touch in Jewel Thief. I'm not going to name that. So you will find that flavor also there. So what I'm trying to tell, that this gentleman was such an intelligent, composer. He heard everybody. If you look at the story, I mean, he heard everybody. He imbibed small little nuances from everyone, yet he created his own. I think that's called mastery. That's called the actual artistic sense. You take things and you create something on your own, the blend. So that's where I salute him. And I can tell you one thing, the two more things. Uh, I'll, I'm 100% sure that if his songs were lip synced, by some famous heroes
Yeah.
and some famous heroines, he would have been, not nothing less. His name would be, even now we know, people who love music deeper. But when I'm talking about that box office or popularity, the when you talk about it, see, everybody's talking about R.D. Burman, Salil Chaudhary. No, he was no less, because their songs were also lipped by the top heroes. The production value, the directors, the choice, so everything. If you combine together, if some of his songs were lipped by Devanand Saab and who are not Dilip Kumar and Raj Kapoor and Shami Kapoor and later on some more people. So they, I'm sure his songs would have been even more, grand and even more with a much more larger canvas, which he
Very
still
true.
deserved.
Yeah.
That's one. But yet at the end of it, you will find there is, as Indranil was telling, I will agree and disagree also, that in every composer in the yesteryears had very simple approach. They must have had a simple approach, but there were many music directors who had very complex compositions. If you look at R.D. Burman, he created complex compositions out of his own artistry. Salil Chaudhary compositions were very, very, complicated. They just sounded easy, but they were not easy. Try and sing. But this gentleman, as see, an artist's portrayal goes through his ways were very simple. I have seen him only once or twice at their place. Exceptionally simple gentleman. He knows everything, but he decided to live his life in a very simple manner, and that exactly came out. That simplicity came out, and those lilts came out of his compositions.
True.
So
True.
I think overall, a very complete musician, and I'm very happy that Six Indian is paying tribute on their 71st, melodramatic episode. And I thank the families for being here. And that is the least we small people can do together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandru. It's very, very emotional and very, very apt, fitting tribute. Once again, a big, big hands for you. Yeah.
I just wanted to add a couple of lines here
Sure,
since
Kavita. Yeah.
Chandrajit was speaking. Uh, one thing that I definitely connected with him, both Sapan uncle and my dad that I've known, they were very, very simple people, very
Yeah.
genuine, very much grounded. And like he said, that's what came out in the music. And their very first composition together was Fir Wo Bhuli Si Yaad Aayi Hai, which
Uh,
was sung by Rafi
uh,
and performed by
Yes.
Dharminder. And I remember a small episode since you mentioned Kishore Kumar didn't take money for that song,
Mm.
Mera
Mera
Jeevan.
Jeevan. For this movie, for this song as well, since this was their first composition and they wanted Rafi to come and sing, and the producer was delaying the payment, and they requested Rafi that, well, we have to go ahead with the recording, but we cannot pay you right now. We can pay you later. And Rafi said, yeah, no problem. And he says, you're beginning and my blessings are with you. And this was his way of giving his blessings to the Sapan Jagmohan duo that, yes, I'll come and perform the song. And he did. Of course, they were paid later and everything. But yeah, that was the industry back then. It was a very different set of gentlemen who were there in the industry. They, you know,
True. True.
they worked for the greater cause of music. And
True. Very
which is
true.
what even Essex Indian is doing right now in a small but huge way. But so it's just bringing musical people together and creating good music. So uh, with Chandrajit's words and Anirban, your efforts, it's been a complete what should I say, beautiful memory that is being created, and I thank you for doing this and bringing all of us together in such a beautiful manner. So
Thank you so much, Kavita. Thank you. And Chandru,
Anyone,
thank you
before
again.
I just want to mention one song. Why I'm mentioning these songs is because after this program, those who are watching, they must hear these songs. It just doesn't end with this program. Bulati Hai Bahar from by Lata Mangeshkar, 1963, from the film Begana. It's there in YouTube. Just hear it.
Teri
Again,
Talash Mein. Arade Teri Talash Mein by
Teri
Asha
Talash
Bhosle.
Mein. Absolutely. I mentioned that. Teri Talash Mein by Asha Bhosle. That is Koi Diwana Tumhe Chahega.
Yeah.
No,
Rafi and
even the
Asha.
title song of Teri Talash Mein.
Teri Talash Mein also
That's
only by Lata Mangeshkar.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's haunting too.
Saiya ke Gun
But
Mein.
Lata Mangeshkar was very. Lata Mangeshkar, I think, sang about 3 or 4 songs for him, if I'm not mistaken. So Bulati Hai Bahar, I think, has a different role altogether. Just hear it. But thank you very much.
Just before
Actually,
Chandrit goes-
Anirban, sorry to interrupt you, Anirban, but I must say that I was pleasantly surprised to see Baba and Jagmohan Uncle's song listed on Spotify. So there is a huge list of their songs both in Bangla and in Hindi, for people to listen to, and I
Punjabi
keep
also.
yes
Punjabi and
yes
Bhojpuri also.
yes yes all their songs. So I keep going to Spotify to listen to some of, and those numbers are what I kind of share with Chandrajit, and we kind of talk over the weekend, saying that this is how he must have thought about when he was composing. This is how the duo must be thinking. So it's really thank you Anirban for
Thank you.
putting this program
Thank you,
together.
Indranil. Just before Chandrit goes, obviously, my, because of his voice quality and things, I keep on telling Chandrit should be in Bollywood, in the voice of like the playback voice. So, you're from the family. So, what do you think, like Swapan Jagmohan in today's days over there? If a singer like Chandrajit was definitely given some songs to Chandrajit, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, no two ways about it. Like I was mentioning, they gave Swapan Jagmohan, they introduced a lot of new people, like you mentioned that Amit Kumar did its first
Yeah, Amit
recording
Kumar.
with them.
Yeah.
I remember they had gone to Jabalpur to go to an event, and that's where they first heard Adesh and as a drummer, and they asked him to come to Bombay, and they lived with Shilpi's family for a very long time, Adesh, before he
in fact, I remember, thanks for bringing that up. In fact, Adesh Srivastav used to play Congo during their sitting. And a lot of times I would be sitting on his lap while he would be playing. So those are the kind of memories that we have. It's amazing to kind of be living those. Like, for example, once I remember there was a sitting. So basically all the sitting used to happen in our house. So we've kind of grown up in the midst of, music, beginning the day with music and ending the day with music. So be it singers or lyricists all the time. I remember once they were all waiting for Amit Kumar to come for the rehearsal. And those were the days when people rehearsed before they went into the recording studio, unlike today where you go right behind the mic and you're already rolling. So they were waiting for him to arrive, and as usual, he was always late. So I had to go to class. So I was kind of waiting for him to come so I could go after that. But he just was too late and I had to leave. So I went down, and in the lobby, there was Amit Kumar just going around in circles, apparently trying to remember the name of the flat number, trying to figure out where he had to go. So he was literally standing there and going around in circles. And, thankfully I recognized him and I kind of guided him to the flat. But yeah, there are just phenomenal number of memories like that. Another one which is really funny is Salma Aga. There was this film for which Salma Aga was singing. So she came home for rehearsals. Again, we were all waiting for her to arrive, and we'd all heard of this beautiful Pakistani actress who was also a singer, and we were waiting with bated breath for her to come. It was evening. I think she was supposed to arrive at 5, and it was almost twilight. The lights in our staircase hadn't come on, so it was kind of dark outside by the time she rang the bell. And I remember when they opened, all you could see was this marble, beautiful sort of face and diamonds sparkling all over. So it was, I still remember, I must have been like 10, I don't know how, like really little at that time, but that image is still, in front of my eyes. So just many such treasured memories, which
this
make it very
movie
exciting.
with Salma Aga, Siskiya, I think.
Yes,
And
yes.
I remember that actually uncle and dad, they had a English song to compose in that, because
Yes.
one of the hero's protagonist was a performer in a Western country or something, or was it
Yes.
Videsh? And
Videsh.
they
Yeah, it was in
actually
London.
composed a
That
song in
film was shot in
English.
London, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, they
Videsh.
composed the song in English, and later on they said, no, we want the song in Hindi, and they redubbed it in Hindi. The English version was never released. We, of course, heard it, but the Hindi version came out later. So, and
That's right.
Salma Agha's version, the Sote Sote Aadhi Raat, became quite famous then. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Many thanks. So we'll keep on enjoying over there. So some more numbers to come, and some more going to the Bengali genre. Chandri, thank you very much again. Okay, keep blessing us, buddy. Thank you. Right, so we'll go to the Lal Kuti genre again. So a couple of songs from Lal Kuti, one by Moumita, who is also a very eminent singer from UK. And it's a very, very beautiful song, Tare Bholano Gelo Na Kichutei. It's again on the Tonuja and the Ranjit Mullik. And then I will come with the Karaoke Noikami, which was actually my first sort of stage performance in the class 3, 4 in St. Lawrence High School on stage. So that was with Karaoke Noikami. It was such a nice sort of haunting memory. So we'll go with Momita's first version from Lal Kuti.
তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, ভুলে দিয়ে ভালোবাসা দিয়ে, ভুলে দিয়ে ভালোবাসা দিয়ে, বিষের পরশ দিয়ে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, তারে। ভালোবেসে কোনো দিনও সুখে যেও না, সব কিছু ভুলে যেতে ভুলে যেও না, ভালোবেসে কোনো দিনও সুখে যেও না, সব কিছু ভুলে যেতে ভুলে যেও না, ফিরিবার পথে নেই তবু আজ কেন মরে যাওয়া গেল না যে কিছুতে, তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, তারে। যার নাম নিতে চোখে জল এসে যায়, তার নাম নিয়ে নিয়ে মন ভেঙে যায়, যার নাম নিতে চোখে জল এসে যায়, তার নাম নিয়ে নিয়ে মন ভেঙে যায়, চোখ মুছে ফেললেও মন থেকে তারে মুছে ফেলা গেল না যে কিছুতে, তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে, ভুলে দিয়ে ভালোবাসা দিয়ে, ভুলে দিয়ে ভালোবাসা দিয়ে, কিসের পরশ দিয়ে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে তারে ভোলানো গেল না কিছুতে তারে
কারো কেউ নই কো আমি, কেউ আমার নয়, কোনো নাম নেই কো আমার, শোনো মহাশয়। কারো কেউ নই কো আমি, কেউ আমার নয়, কোনো নাম নেই কো আমার, শোনো মহাশয়। কারো কেউ নই কো আমি। তোমার বাড়ি আমার বাড়ি, আমার বাড়ি নেই, পথে ঠেলে দিলে আমায় পথেই পড়ে রই। তোমার বাড়ি আমার বাড়ি, আমার বাড়ি নেই, পথে ঠেলে দিলে আমায় পথেই পড়ে রই। যে যখন দেখে আমায় কিনে নিতে চায়, মনের মতো দামটি দিলে তখন পাওয়া যায়। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কেউ আমার নয়, কোনো নাম নেই গো আমার, শোনো মহাশয়। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি। গায়ের জোরে সবই কিছু কেড়ে নেওয়া যায়, পয়সা কড়ি গয়নাগাটি ভালোবাসা নয়। গায়ের জোরে সবই কিছু কেড়ে নেওয়া যায়, পয়সা কড়ি গয়নাগাটি ভালোবাসা নয়। তোমার কাছে তাই তো আমি বাড়িয়ে দিলাম হাত, ভিখারি করলে আমায়, ছিলাম ডাকাত। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কেউ আমার নয়, কোনো নাম নেই গো আমার, শোনো মহাশয়। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি। আজকে যেন লাগছে আমায় খুঁজে পাওয়া যাবে, বুকের মাঝে কাঁদছে কে আমার হবে। আজকে যেন লাগছে আমায় খুঁজে পাওয়া যাবে, বুকের মাঝে কাঁদছে কে আমার হবে। আজকে বুঝি পাওয়া যাবে আমার পরিচয়, নতুন নামে ডাকবে আমায় যে আমার হয়। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কেউ আমার নয়, কোনো নাম নেই গো আমার, শোনো মহাশয়। কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কারো কেউ নই গো আমি, কারো কেউ নই গো আমি।
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Thank
You're a
you very
singer
much.
and a dancer. Too much.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you very
It
much.
was, it was beautiful to see in the background of the UK,
yeah.
the living space and the
Ah,
Bengali version, karaoke
bravo.
going on.
Lal Kuti in UK.
It's
Yes.
absolutely, yeah. You truly
Wonderful.
made it international.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and it's nice to perform in front of the family and everyone. So yeah, that was the Lalkuti remembrance, and obviously 1978. So that's almost 44, 45 years now. So it's still like it's only the yesterday. So the melody is so nice, and all the songs of Lalkuti, of course. So we are just coming to the end of the program now. So obviously we'll just share some more stories as well. But just let's go to the Ulfat Mein Zamane Ki. That's what, as Kavita said, that Swapan Jagman used to start every program with this song, I think. So we'll hear the Kishore Kumar version for a very talented Ujjwal, who is very talented musician, instrumentalist, and from IIT, but obviously he's got the passion of this music. So music composer and singer, vocalist, guitarist, everything. So from Ujjwal with Ulfat Mein Zamane Ki.
उल्फत ने ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ, उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ, फिर साथ मेरे उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ। कदमों को न रोकेगी जंजीर रिवाजों की, हम तोड़ के निकलेंगे दीवार समाजों की, दूरी पे सही मंजिल, दूरी से न घबराओ, उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ। मैं अपनी बहारों को रंगीन बना लूंगा, सौगात में अपनी पलकों पे उठा लूंगा, शबनम की तरह मेरे गुलशन पे निखर उल्फत में ज़माने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ। हम मिलके जमाने के दिन रात बदल डाले। तुम मेरी वफाओं की एक बार कसम खाओ। उल्फत में जमाने की हर रस्म को टुकराओ, फिर साथ मेरे आओ। उल्फत में जमाने की हर रस्म को ठुकराओ।
Fantastic. And welcome Ujjwal with us as well, with Indonesian Shilpi and Kavita. So Ujjwal very nicely sung, as I said. I mean, this is obviously one of those treasures by Lataji, by Kishore. So obviously you rendered it very nicely.
Beautiful
So,
rendition, Ujjwal. Very nice. Very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Really connected with the soul.
okay.
You
So Ujjwal, yeah,
completely
your take
captured the
on
emotion.
Tapan Jagmohan. You
Uh,
and yeah.
yes, first of all, this whole event is very special to me because while designing the poster, so I
Of course,
kept
yeah.
all the
Ujjwal did all our
pictures and
posters.
designing the posters. I also got to learn a lot of things which I didn't know before about the great duo, and especially all the songs, beautiful songs, and multiple languages uh, the duo has composed for. And the song that preceded this song, Karokyo Noiko Ami, it is very special to me. A lot of childhood memories. The child in that picture, Lal Kuthi, Parthu Mukherjee, he resembled me. So I used to exactly look like that. And I'm the same age, it's absolutely same age. And everybody used to call me that child's name. And that song was my favorite song. And what a composition. So absolutely legendary. It's very special. And Ulfat Mein is, I'm a very big fan of that genre of movies as well, that Vikram did. And this is a very special movie and very special composition, excellent composition. And it's not like other typical compositions that you expect to hear during that golden era and 70s and 80s. It's quite, it's bit different. It's they hit the notes a little differently. It's not straight flowing, it's going in different directions, so it's very complex. um yeah, so I did a very rough version of it, so apologies. But the compositions are very very special that ways. They are not really very traditional or what you expect to be. So that's
You
the
know, one
great.
little anecdote about this song. This song was actually composed on the way to Shirdi. So Shirdi
Okay.
is this place, close to, yeah, Sai Baba's shrine in Maharashtra. And
Yes.
my father and I think even uncle were great devotees. And I think with the producer Ved Khanna, uncle and Jagmohan uncle and dad, and I don't remember if Naksh Lal Puri was also, uncle was also in the car, but I think it was the three or four of them going to Shirdi. On the way to Shirdi, this song was composed. So it was just, done. And they came back, and I think the producer loved it so much that they came back and immediately recorded it. So that's how this was born. But yeah,
Yeah.
it remains one of my father's favorites also. I think he was also very, very fond of this song in particular among all his.
Yes, it was a privilege to sing this and hear all your experiences being the family
Thank you.
member. It's an absolute privilege knowing about these insights. And uh, some of the films I didn't know that he has also contributed, like Aapke Diwane. He also contributed to that movie. That was my childhood favorite movie again.
Yes.
Absolutely a big fan of that movie. So a lot of childhood memories, and uh, long-lasting impression of his compositions. It's very common. So absolutely a privilege
Thank you
to
so
pay
much.
tribute.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Utal. Thank you for being here and obviously, helping with the posters and the supporting everything. And we will obviously we'll keep India alive outside India. That's our aim. And with all these, these all add to the treasures, and which will aim to pass it to the generation next. So that's our aim. So thank you again. Thank you.
So I just wanted to add in the end a few words about Sapan Uncle as we were
Yes, of course,
uh,
of course. Yeah,
growing
yeah,
up.
Katrina,
I
yeah.
used to spend a lot of summers with them in their house, and one of my fondest memories of as a child growing up was uncle and Sapan uncle and dad practicing together. So they would come together, get their harmonium out, and they would first start with their ragas, just practice singing alaps in different ragas that they knew, and it was such a beautiful memory that I have. And then, of course, they would come together, come up with various tune compositions, record them, and the sittings came later in the evening. But that part where they used to just practice together, it was an absolute delight. And I think music is what connected them, and they had a very long partnership, very deep partnership. And Uncle Sapan Uncle, he was such a simple man, very genuine, very simple hearted, and I mean, जो कहते हैं ना कि दुनिया की कोई बुराई उनको छू के नहीं निकली है. So very simple person, and very simple taste, and he loved his family to death. I mean, he would do anything for them. And I'm glad that Anirban, you and your team of Essex Indians came up with this tribute today to him. He, their music deserved the tribute. Wherever they are today, I'm sure they would be very
I'm
happy
sure.
sending all
Yeah,
you
they're
and
enjoying and
your
blessing. Yeah,
singers with you their blessings. So because of this tribute, and for the younger generation, I hope that they pick up the love for music, because like they said that music is, at least that's what we all have learned from them, music is a universal language. It is a language of the soul, and
sure,
it
sure.
just breaks through all boundaries, it breaks through all borders and just connects with everyone. And if Essex Indians through this little gathering of theirs is promoting music, there's nothing better. And I hope the younger generation picks up from this, and kind of moves forward. And uh, one movie that I wanted to mention of theirs, there was an English movie, Hatari, that had come out in the 60s, which was
Yeah,
on animal conservation, and it
yeah.
was
With the
nominated for
rhino,
an Oscar and
that
everything.
rhinoceros.
They
Yeah.
had made an Indian version of that, which was called Habari, in which Sapan Jagmohan had the
Oh,
music. And
acha.
they had a child song in it, which
I-
I remember we as children used to perform a lot. So it was Dil Wala Jag Mein Diler Banega, Sher Sang Khelega Wo Sher Banega.
Did we
It was
sing
all
it
about
also?
animals. Was that?
We sang it, right? I
We
thought we
sang it.
sang
I
it.
think almost every event that we would go as children, we would be made to sing this
Yeah.
song, definitely. So
Yeah.
it's a nice children's song, and hopefully in your next episode you can bring that song out that the children can
Okay,
sing.
yeah, sure, sure. I
So
didn't know about it, so obviously, yeah, we will definitely research it, and then, yeah, of course.
yes, and I also want to thank all the singers who participated, especially Chandrajit. He has been such a rock in bringing this program together, connecting you and Shilpi, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that he did that. So many
Yeah,
thanks
it
to
was
him.
nice really connecting yours over there, talking to you, and over the last few days. That's really that's another good things which music does. It's like a connecting
Yeah.
people,
Brings
and
people together.
to the tunes,
Absolutely.
and yeah, definitely, yeah. So yeah, we will go through your last memories. So that we will obviously our last song will be from a daughter to father. So from Nutan's song, unfortunately Nutan couldn't join, so I was actually checking, but she's working. But it's nice talking to Nutan as well. And again, we talked about Tumi Rehenuma Hai, that's from the with Indiverse lyrics, and Ashaji's songs from Doraha, one of the very famous songs. So we'll go to that, and we will conclude our program with Nutan's song. So yeah, before we go for that, Shilpi and Indranil, anything you want to add, or anything for Generation Next, Shapan Jagman's, all these renditions and the sort of rendezvous, yeah. Indranil and Shilpi, anything you say? Kavita has nicely, shared very, very nice memories as well, and you also. So thank you very much for being here. But any final thing you would like to say, or for the audience, or
Maybe I'll go first. So,
yeah,
no, I think just heartfelt gratitude, really, for
no,
this
thank
evening. And I think it was beautiful for us to relive these memories. You don't get an opportunity to kind of actually relive. You've been with the person for so long. You've seen him more as the father and less as the professional, though we were privy to every little professional ups and downs that he went through, because he was somebody who was very open and also very progressive. He worked around the house. We were two sisters, right? But we it was never about girls or gender. So very, very progressive in that sense. But also we've known the man as a father. You don't get the opportunity so much to think about his life and the work that he has done. So this kind of allowed us to live in those years also, which was beautiful. And I remember I'll share a few memories of my last few days with him. It was, he was ailing and quite unwell, and Indranil spoke about his songs on Spotify. I remember I was in the hospital with him, when he was quite unwell. And being in the hospital, away from home, away from my mother, kind of used to agitate him a lot. At that time, I would play his songs from Spotify, sit on his bed, and just keep the phone on the pillow. And he would listen to his own songs, and that would sort of calm him down. And we could go through the night, with him listening to his songs. And I just do that, just play Spotify. It went on for hours on his songs, and it just kind of calmed him down, and we could go through the night, when we were there. So just memories, things
very
to cherish. But thank you for helping us relive them and bringing all of this back. Thank you so much.
thank you, Shilpi. Yeah. Indranil,
Thank you, Anirban, for having us on this show. And as Shilpi said, I think we see the person more as Baba, more as father, rather than the professional, qualification that the person carries. And I still remember the discussions on a Sunday morning where he would sit opposite to me in our drawing room, and we would kind of discuss music. Of course, he knew that I loved listening to music, though I can't sing. But there have been many a times. There was one particular incident that I remember where we kind of caught him by surprise, because my family and both our families were taking a holiday to Lonavala, and we kind of picked Shilpi's parents up from the Bandra house, and we picked up the harmonium without telling him. And after dinner in the night in the resort in Lonavala, we just kept the harmonium in front of him and told him, Baba, now you have to sing. And he was so pleased. And that night was a miraculous night for us, because he just went on and on, singing, and মানে বাংলাতে যেটাকে বলে দরাজ গলা, ওনার গলা খুব খুব দরাজ গলা, মানে খুব খোলা গলা ছিল. Whenever I've heard him humming, it always is to kind of resound. So those are some of the memories. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to relive and go through those memories. Thank you, Chandrajit, and thank you, Anirban, and thanks to all the people who've joined on this program. Thank you so much. We are indebted.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kavita, Shilpi, Indranil, Ujjwal here, and obviously thanks to Momita, Chandrajit, Queen, and Pompey. And we will continue to do these tributes and good sort of concerts from Essex Indians for our generation next. And we strongly believe that yes, you listen to the world, you listen to the Western songs and everywhere, but don't forget your Indian treasures, your Indian melodies, which are with your own soul and which will satisfy your soul. So that is, I think, I believe that we have it all. It's just about, because a lot of comments you have seen that those type of melodies are not created these days for whatever reasons, but those are the things. Something which is living there. If we are talking about Lal Kuti, that's 45 years, but 45, 50 years, the song is still alive. So that is the thing we need to create. We need to live beyond 50 years. And something, sadly, I don't know what today's songs will be, whether they'll be there after 50 years or not, but certainly the 60s, 70s, 80s, they're still in our ears. And obviously, with stalwarts like Swapan Jagbandio, we can produce more some. Okay, so thank you very much. And we are concluding with a daughter to father. Nothing in the world can be more precious than that. With Teri Mehnua Hai, which is from here, from London, so UK to India, and the daughter to father. And thank you so much for being with us. Thanks, audience, with us, and stay with us. Bless us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
तुम ही रहनुमा हो मेरी जिंदगी के, तुम ही रहनुमा हो मेरी जिंदगी के, बिगाड़ो मुझे या सवारो मुझे, मुझे शर्म कैसी मेरे साथ तुम हो, किसी रास्ते से गुजारो मुझे, तुम ही रहनुमा हो मेरी जिंदगी के। ला 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 ला। तुम्हारे लिए तो मैं मर के भी जी लूं, शराब तो क्या है जहर भी मैं पी लूं, लगे डगमगाने कदम आज मेरे, सहारा तो दो सहारो मुझे, मुझे शर्म कैसी मेरे साथ तुम हो, किसी रास्ते से गुजारो मुझे, तुम ही रहनुमा हो मेरी जिंदगी के। मैं हूँ लाज घर की तुम्हारी आरती हूँ, मगर महफिलों की शमा बन गई हूँ, मेरा अब यहाँ से पलटना है मुश्किल, भले ही कहीं से पुकारो मुझे, तुम ही रहनुमा हो मेरी जिंदगी के, बिगाड़ो मुझे या सवारो मुझे, मुझे शर्म कैसी मेरे साथ तुम हो, किसी रास्ते से गुजारो मुझे, तुम ही